Oh, welcome. Right, we got some matches to play. Load G. Basically, because there's so many G, they can start getting played by our assistant managers. So we definitely want to play at least like the 3 and 2 here. But ideally all of them, to be honest. But I don't know if we'll get them all done in this session. But we definitely want to get at least, some played. And we can play some more later today. I think we'll do 2 senior and 2 youth now. And then later today, I don't know, maybe we'll do 3 and 3 and 2, because that's what we normally do, because that's how they become G. We didn't really check our team this whole time, so it is just whatever we had picked, I guess. Pretty funny. All that talking, no checking. I think we already set our team up properly. So no, it's the first match that this team's played. Should have checked that beforehand. Oh. You can that's a good ball. Right, let's just start checking some stuff. Their striker's pretty fast. Their defenders aren't particularly fast, except the right back is decent. So we could just try to do that a bit more. Let's just pause and go for that a bit. That was a nice little passage of play. Broke down though. How fast are their wingers? AMR. It's not great. So let's swap these guys around. Let's make him attacking. Let's make him central. Let's make the passing style direct. The reason why I do that is because as the attacking one, Ben Youssef is better just because he's faster and we're just playing long balls into space. So he's more chance that he will be able to run onto it in that space. There's been some quite nice build-up play that's broken down at the last minute by both teams. They've been a bit better overall, though, I have to say, which is why one of the reasons why we made that early tactical change. You can tell, though, that I think these users have got a supporter pass, so they're active because they've look at the kit design. a tough one, because for all we know, this is the best team in the league. Probably not though, but obviously any random team that you play is probably not the best team in the league, but they could be good, I suppose. We don't know how good they are or aren't. Whether we should be sort of thinking we should definitely win this, or if a draw is an okay result. I just don't want my team trying to focus to pass it to him. Just hit it forwards, basically, is what my thinking now is. Just don't disrupt the play. Just go for the best long ball option when they're doing it. I don't think we not really creating much. I don't think we can discriminate too much pretty much here. We just have to say everybody can get the ball. Don't confuse anything, because we are struggling to create anything, which I definitely think we can think about that a bit now at half time, because we've got some free time, so to speak. If we don't use this time now, we'll just lose it, so we might as well think. So what can we do? We can certainly do a lot when we make subs, but without the subs, we could put another striker on. Rivera will be coming off at some point. And probably so will this guy, Mehdi. Not sure how to pronounce the last name. So when Mehdi comes off, probably Mizrachi can go up to AML. Parmentier will be right midfield. And Lorena will be on for one of them, and the other one, and Ishikawa will be a bit later. So we could potentially have a much more stacked forward line temporarily. Let's try that. Let's have that as a plan A, and then we can maybe, or plan B maybe, I'm not sure. A potential plan. And for now, we'll just see what unfolds at the beginning of this match, because it will change things. So obviously, if we happen to score this, it's a shame, because it's one of those things, right? It's like we hadn't really created anything, and they created quite a few chances, but that chance was easily the best chance of the match. And that's the thing. Like, would you rather have would you rather have sort of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 half chances, or would you rather have 1 or 2 or 3 awesome chances like that? And at least as far as this match is going, the best we can hope for is the latter, I think. So it's a shame, because it could have really changed this match for us, because we are struggling to create. So if we had scored that, instead we could have just focused on defending, and that's probably something we can tactically way easier to manage at the moment. But trying to become more solid defensively whilst at the same time try to score something here, or we're not creating anything, is really hard. You got to roll the dice, take chances, and another great chance. We pretty much had the best chances of the game here, so I think we could stick with it. I think unfortunately this means now that we do have to make these subs though, so we have to try and disrupt things as least as possible. This side is already the attacking winger, so that disrupts things a bit, but not massively so. And then like this, so I guess we're doing these 2 subs for now. At least we've seen ourselves create a bit now, so we're probably not needing. It's not as urgent to have to change things. Let's see. And Ishikawa. Another great chance. Okay, so we're okay just to leave this, I think. We'll leave the tactic intact. We'll leave Ishikawa on for this set piece, I think. He's got 77 aerial ability. With some on this guy who's got less. So let's just leave on Ishikawa for now. Okay, plans have changed. Now this guy has to come off. I think we just make this sub right now, even when we're defending the set piece. It'd be a shame to concede for this after, but it's obviously totally possible. I think in this particular case, this guy can't really mark and doesn't have great aerial ability, so he's probably going to have to be the stopper still. Okay, we need to defend it. Sort of. Huh. Okay, we have lines cleared. Now attacking. Yeah, we had a couple of great chances. Okay, this guy's got a good chance now as well, and he scored. Okay, great. So yeah, definitely, I'd say that tactical change that we made in the first half, like it really did change, seemingly totally turn things around, and also that change to put. When we were doing the subs, I think the idea that to sort of try to leave it as intact as much as we could, even though we couldn't keep it exactly the same, was key here as well. Because we were, like I said, we didn't create a lot of chances, but like the ones that we did, we created really good chances from the ones that we did. Obviously, though, match still not over yet, and this type of stuff is really dangerous. It's not. Don't know if there's anything. Let's just hit the top. Good chance. It's just a couple of minutes. I'm just wondering. Let's just change him to central. Let's change him to defensive. Can Mizuchi tackle at all? Not really. And then. So basically, or mostly what we did is we just made the defensive midfielders just... anyway, we scored, so it doesn't really... We could technically change it back now if we cared, but I don't think we do, just to see if we could get a third goal. So yeah, totally turned this match around, I'd say, with that tactical change in the first half. It really was not looking good. And in the end, like, quite comfortable. We didn't have a load of chances, but I think we had really good chances. Really good quality, and now we've got that little buffer, and now it's like Making it a bit unlucky. Concede one of us at piece at the end here, but it doesn't matter because we'll win anyway. But yeah, so big performance, keeper man of the match as well, but there you go. Tactical changes win the day. He did get an injury. It's only 2 matches, so that's okay. I guess he's in. Schultz on the bench. Right, let's play another one. Right, these guys haven't played a match either. Which isn't surprising because it's like right at the start of the season, so. Well, every team has played. We haven't. We only just started playing our matches ourselves now. Oh, I've got a bit of time here. I'm just going to quickly grab a drink. Okay, back. Connect. Oh, we missed the first 2 minutes. Oh, this is a good chance already. A little bit wide. Yeah, that's proved to be the case. Good chance though. Who was the first chance of the game? Alright, so their striker is strong and can finish and good long shots. And not that fast, but if you have the slower strikers, you want them to have the higher long shots generally, so that's good for them. So AML, fast, AMC, fast, AMR, not fast, and then as far as the defenders are concerned, what is it? It's a bit of a mixed bag. DR 58, 50, 72, 78. Mizachi's offset to the wrong side, so to speak. He's offset to the side with the better. Not only they were a bit faster, but they're also a bit better on the whole, I'd say, outside of the speed. Can maybe look to change that. If we need to make some kind of change, that's something we can consider, I think, but we won't do it. Oh, great! Just went all the way through in that. Great ball. Yeah, so I didn't want to just make a change to swap everything around because we were just creating chances. We're doing okay. We're going to become pretty good at defending set pieces over time because we've prioritised attributes that help defending them. So, like, this is things like aerial ability for outfield players, you know, other stuff, tackling generally across the board as well now. We prioritise, not so much for the strikers, but for all the midfielders, it's something. So we've been prioritising tackling, we've been prioritising aerial ability, and for our keepers, we've been prioritising the attributes related to this, the command of area particularly. even though this keeper doesn't have that high, but I think he's got good. Not command of area. I mean to say organisation. Sorry. So command of area is the one where he can help grab it himself or whatever, but the organisation is where he better organise the defenders. So we've just taken the approach of having a lot of players that are good at defending set pieces, and then having a keeper that can organise them properly. And by prioritise, I don't mean we're looking to get 90 and everything. I just mean every single time we're ever buying a player, we're just asking the question, like, what's his aerial ability, and factoring that into the equation. And it just means that, like, our play, across the board, we just naturally have better aerial ability across the board. So by way of example, like, obviously the striker, he doesn't, but 77, 85, 82, 57, 59, 55, 78, 84, 62. And having one player who's, especially that guy who's faster than everything else, like, he's the one that's staying forward anyway, so it doesn't matter. This guy, I mean. So we just got very good at defending them. And I think the other upside of that as well is that having all those players with high aerial ability, it also makes you better attacking your own set pieces as well. So it's like double benefit. Nice cutback. Not sure about that series, but type of chance we're happy to give up. We give away a lot of those sort of wide angle chances like that generally because we don't play fullbacks or even wingbacks. So, we clog the centre up and we give them a lot of space out wide, which also is why it's, again, the marking and the aerial ability stuff becomes more important because we've got to deal with a lot of crosses. We're generally happy to give up that wider angled shots, pretty much. Oh, great. And this is why, even tackling matters for strikers. We talk about this a bit. Like, it just randomly gets you a goal sometimes, like that situation. So, at the end of the day, even though 35 isn't great, it's still a lot better than, like, 16 or whatever. So, it's not, obviously, I'm not saying it's a priority at all for strikers. I'm just saying it's an attribute that still ultimately matters. In much the same way that finishing can randomly matter for a centre half, I suppose, because they can be up for a set piece and just get a chance. So, and those wide angle shots, we're just happy to give them up. Good chance. Yeah. I don't know if that fundamentally changes anything here in the game plan. It's a very well worked goal. And on the most part, our team has defended really well. I mean, it was through the left side, which is with this guy who's, the defender who's filling in. So you can see he's like, like only 29 marking, and he's not even basically just exploited the side that's got the weaker defender, but it's all part of it. I'm not seeing anything that makes me think, we should. It's time for some tactical changes. Actually, we should have already got him off. Hopefully we do not concede here, because that attack all built up through that side as well. Time to get him off. Time to get Ishikawa off. Time to get this guy off. So this guy coming in again, he just, he's faster at least. I think we're just leaving this guy out there though. Don't even think we have another DMC on the bench anyway. He normally lasts the match out, so. Yeah, so he's staying out there. And I guess we do the sub. Getting a few tackle stats, isn't he, that player? Another one. He might have just secured his man of the match there. He already had a 10 and a goal before he made those 3 tackles. Another tackle. Another tackle. Gosh, I'm curious now on the match stats whether he just got those tackles then or whether he got a bunch throughout the rest of the game as well. Because I'm sure he got 5 or 6 just then. Mazzarchi may now have claimed the man of the match away from him though. Be interesting to see who gets it. So unlike the previous match where things were not going well and we had to make tactical changes to turn the tide and win the match, this time it's back to this situation we had a lot last season and all the previous seasons so far, which is where the correct decision was just to leave it as is because things were going well and just be patient and just let the goals come. Okay, so those tackles did get him across the line. It was quite a few. It's interesting. We'll see how many got in the match, but I'm sure we got 5 or 6 just in that last few minutes when we were paying attention to it. I'm really curious. Let's have a look. Okay, so yeah, he had 7 for the match. He had 5 or 6 just in that little bit at the end there. Cool. Alright, I don't think we got any injuries that match. I'll just double check. Okay, we didn't. Still this guy out for 1 match. So we'll play 1 more. Now, is it another team that it's their first match? St. Domingo. Yes. There weren't many, hey, now there's only 1, 2, 3, 7 teams or something in the whole league, and we're about to play one of them, so there'll only be 6 left that hasn't played. So Gosh, quite a few have already played the whole 12. Yeah, way more active league this one is, I think. Like, there's a lot more active users. Okay, let's check. So the striker, pretty well rounded. And then for the defenders, well rounded. Bit of a weak spot, I'd say. Weak spot and well rounded. So the wide defenders are really good compared to the central defenders. I think it's okay as things are. We'll just leave it for now. Their attacking players are really well rounded though. Great chance. I was saying in the previous match, we've just become pretty good at set pieces with just prioritising the aerial ability across the board in our whole team. Top of the box, but good angle, well worked. I think the guy's just got good long shots as well. Ugh. Was that the AMR, I think? Yeah, he's got 76 speed. I'm going to make some tactical changes because I'm just not confident now. We'll even do it before this set piece. We won't change anything that's going to change the nature of this set piece, but I think we're going to revert back to this long passing, like especially because there's two central defenders are weak, so let's just try and heat it and exploit that. That's another good chance. We've actually had some good chances, but I'm not necessarily seeing enough that gives me supreme confidence that we're going to score at least 2 goals. So let's just roll the dice a bit and see if this change helps. Yeah, this is not good. Oof, very nearly 69 agility in the end saved the day. I think if it was 68, they might have scored just about. It was very close. This guy's pretty tired as well, that's not good. Yeah. Alright, he's got to come off. Alright, let's do this change then. I think let's change him to support striker as well, like last time. Let's just not confuse things. Let's just get it forwards. Yeah, no, great chance. Okay. All of a sudden, the expectations shifted dramatically at this point. It's like it feel like a borderline miracle if we pull a draw out of this. So, but that's the thing. It's on us, right? Like when you're chasing a match, and this is why when you're winning, you've always got to consider like what's the flow and so forth. Like, because if you put it on the opposition, they can change things and maybe it doesn't work out right. So it's like defending a lead, you just don't want to. You really need to consider a lot more than when you're chasing. Because when you're chasing, it's like you're not necessarily. Like right now, we're just, the expected result is that we lose, right? So, it's almost like it's on us to try to do something, and it's on the opposition to just, when we're making tactical changes, to pay attention and see if whatever we're doing is changing the flow of things or not. Right, that was potentially pretty dangerous, right? Like, if that tackle, you have to consider, like, if a pass that was a little bit astray, like, happened to succeed, or a tackle or whatever, like how different would it be? That could have been a very different situation if you beat that tackle. Anyway, I guess Cabo comes in. I guess Rivera, like, I don't know. Let's undo that. I think the other thing we can potentially do is play two up front. Let's put Gardelis on. Here we go. He is an inferior player, I would say, to... like he's not as good as Cabo, anywhere near as good, but I think at least we get to change it up a bit, to have two strikers. Because right now it just feels like a change is needed. Here we go, straight away he's running into space. Yeah, okay, so he inadvertently just created that. I wouldn't, yeah, it's a bit of a weird one because it went through him to score that goal, even though he did get tackled, but I think it was obviously off the back of that sequence, just him being, not him per se, but having the striker conceptually, the tactical change conceptually worked, because you now had a player in that space to run into, so that the whole entire situation can exist to begin with. Which is kind of why, like we're saying, even though we know that he's not as good a player, we're just making a change. We need to roll the dice, make a change for the sake of a change. We give away penalty crazy. Sometimes it just isn't your day, I would say. completes his hat trick, and yeah, they only had 4 shots on target, scored 3, but that's the way it goes sometimes. I didn't actually pay attention to who gave it away. Could have been useful. Just for knowledge. And again through Gardelis, and he scores this time. Oh gosh. It's not over yet. And I think Gardelis touched that across the box there, so that was again through him. It's the wrong way for us anyway. Good double save, but keeps us in it a little bit. I think now what we're just going to do is we'll just press just to try to win the ball back as fast as we can. But other than that, we'll leave it the same. Just because there's no time for waiting at this point. If they get the ball, we just need to win it back as fast as we can. Which unfortunately means we may give away a set piece. But yeah, the team is just exhausted here as well. But our strikers are okay. That's the important thing. Just get it forward to them. Hope they manage to do it. We've got to win the tackle immediately, and I think it's not good enough. Yeah. Well, it's an interesting one because we did lose, but and we got an injury as well to another central defender. But the tactical change ultimately, that last one, just to change the AMC to the striker, actually really worked. It got us 2 goals, and it was just giving up that penalty. I think that it's a bit unlucky, but I think the tactical change, that last one, was still interesting stuff to be learned there. I think particularly with this more long ball tactics, it's better to have players like pressing up against the last defenders than it is to have players like strikers that are dropping off into space. Assuming that they're fast, of course. If they're not, it's better to have them dropping back. So we're back to this situation. I think it's just whether this guy should be. He's got 64 marking. I think he's going to have to be the one that the cover. It's not ideal because he can't. No, he's going to have to be the stopper. The cover needs to be fast. It's going to have to be this guy, I think, because he's got 79 speed and he's a bit better at passing as well. So this guy is going to swap in to be the cover. I don't know if this guy should be the cover. He can't tackle. Which is a bit of a big deal, but he is really fast. And he can mark, but he's bad in the air. I think not. I think it's just... I think it's a bit of a luxury move to do in matches that you would have won anyway, but in tough matches, the idea that your last line of defence can't tackle, I think, is not good conceptually. Okay, so there you go. 3 matches, 2 wins, 1 off the back of some tactical changes, 1 without any changes, and then a loss where we did make some changes and they kind of worked, but ultimately we lost anyway. So think we're losing 2-0. We made some tactical changes. They pulled it back to, that last change in particular, pulled it back to 2-2, but then we gave up the penalty. And yeah. So that's that. We're going to play a couple of youth matches now, but I think we're okay. Like, we'll see. I mean, it's the kind of form that it is only 3 matches. You know, it is good enough form to get promoted ultimately. So it could be a little bit worse than this, and we still would get promoted. So I think that's right. We're basically averaging 2 points a game. There's 48 games, 96 points. We need 90 for promotion, so we're a bit ahead of where we need to be. I've seen enough to think that our team can compete as is, and if you know we got some cash here as well. At the moment, if you know enough to buy what I would say is probably 2 big time players if needed. And there are definitely players in the auctions list that we can pay 10-12 million for that are in their late 20s that would make a massive difference for us if we need them. So yeah, alright, awesome. Thanks for watching. I'm going to play some youth matches now.